Welcome to Daddy's house. This is a Worship and Nonsense podcast.
Worship and Nonsense.
Hey, we're starting a new segment for your churches. You can now hire us out to do your announcements, and we'll put a church pre-service music into it, and so you can actually have us do DJ your pre-service mix.
Yep.
Say you need 15 minutes, that's awesome, and then over those 15 minutes, you can tell us to do announcements in those, and we'll even add fun banter and stuff like that. So go ahead and send us an email, worshipnonsense@gmail.com. So
that's hilarious. You know what's funny? I could see that. I could see like a little church pre-service mix.
Yeah,
where you're
dude.
DJing it.
Yeah, we're DJing it. We're saying what's up to the
What's
peeps.
up?
Sharon, good to see ya.
Good morning, Orange County. Hey, check this out. So audio version is a little bit different. Check it out. Spotify,
Yeah,
Apple,
we do a pre-roll.
SoundCloud. We got a little DJ set in the beginning where Sam just hates all the music.
Pre-roll.
So
Hey, are we going to get into this or are we going to get into the music I have?
let's get into this first, so I depress you, and then we'll
Okay.
get cheered up. Also, we have some stuff in the works either next week or the week after, so make sure you are watching.
Cool. Now, just a question before we start. You're
Hold on. Cool. No, yeah, that's
Sorry.
that's how I know
I
you
was-
have something to say.
I was
Look,
so
his
focused.
brain was like, great.
I was
Now,
so focused.
What's
What
up?
did you say? I'm sorry.
I said
Yeah,
we have really exciting things coming up.
we do.
For like some of the biggest
do.
things ever
We do.
in the next pod or the pod after.
Yeah.
So you should watch. And he's like, yeah, great.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been sick. So
Yeah. So go ahead.
I'm clean now. Hey, your hat's tipped. Is that cultural or is that?
No, it should be pretty straight. I don't do that on purpose.
That's a funny joke. Sorry. That's
I love
why I
it.
couldn't engage.
I loved it. Just like, look at this man's
I was
hat.
gonna make myself laugh.
Gosh.
I was trying not to bust out laughing before.
Okay, so I have an article for us. Controversial topic.
This is by
Christianity Today. Christianity
I see
Today.
the headline.
And the headline is NDAs keep these Christians silent. Now they're speaking out against them. And the whole premise of the article is to call out or come to light NDAs and
Churches
Christian,
making people sign
yeah,
NDAs.
and NDAs. And so
Okay, well, I haven't even read this, but
yeah,
I'm gonna
so
assume.
I'm gonna skim through it. Let me skim through, and then you can give an opinion, or you cannot give an opinion, or we can cut this section out completely.
Okay.
A growing number of ministries, missionaries, Christian workers, abuse victims, and victim advocates are publicly objecting to the non-disclosure agreements and confidentiality clauses used by major religious organizations. They say the legal tools that were designed to protect tech industry trade secrets are widely misused to conceal abuse, preserve secrets, and protect powerful reputations without regards for the human cost. On Wednesday, an international group of them launched a campaign to end, quote, the misuse of non-disclosure agreements called NDA, with a website and a hashtag NDA free. A quote from someone says, "It's time to set people free." Says Lee Fernie, one of the organizers of hashtag NDA free, and a British expat who lives in that place and works to support churches there. Fernie played a key role in exposing the sexual abuse of evangelical Anglican leader Jonathan Fletcher and has become an advocate for abuse survivors. In some ways, an NDA can look reasonable, he told CT, but fine for me,
The perfect
NDA, and it's still not perfect. There's no transparency. There's no accountability. You can't track them or how they're used. And they're binding the consciousness for the future, saying, I can't change my mind regardless of the situation. So I would love your unbiased, non-experienced take
Yeah.
if you can provide one. Again,
Yeah.
this is not talking about anybody. We are not saying anything. Nothing that we are saying is real. This is all
This is all a lie.
satire. This is for entertainment purposes only. Only.
Oh, okay. Great.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding. I can pretty unbiasedly say, like, I don't have a huge faux pas with this. I'll put it to you this way. I think there's two sides.
Okay.
Which
so come at it from both sides. Yeah.
Most of the time you're going to find an argument. There are two sides.
Okay.
I'm usually very opinionated. There's three sides: God the Father, God the Son, and God the Spirit.
God the Mother.
1 + 1 + 1 = 1. Anyway, so usually,
I'm joking about God the Mother.
Yeah,
because he had to get his joke in.
Satire.
Oh God.
Satire.
Who Jesus? We just pray for this conversation.
No, just kidding.
We pray for this conversation.
No. I'm very unbiased about this. So I have a view on this, and I can speak from experience.
Yeah.
I did sign an NDA.
Okay.
And I didn't feel weird about it.
Okay.
Here's why. There's two sides of the coin. One side is, yes, a lot of churches have used NDAs to say, hey, you can't do this. You can't say these things. You can't say anything against us to protect them.
Yeah.
But there also is a side of the coin where NDAs did come into play because you had false allegations.
Okay.
You had people who would say the church did this, or the church treated them this way, and they could say whatever they wanted because there was no protection there. And the church could do really very little to fight it, and then they'd get in lawsuits or get into messes.
What do you mean by that? How does that affect the individual employee if they sign a non-disclosure for the organization?
No, I'm saying this is the coin of like why I don't have a problem signing an NDA.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with getting into like a non-disclosure benefits the organization and the contract between the organization and the employee?
Correct.
That doesn't shield you from the outside.
No. What I'm saying is if an employee does not sign an NDA and you say, you know what, we're not doing NDAs, I think there have been cases in the world where that happened in churches, and they faced allegations that wouldn't be there if there would have just been an NDA that were false. You know, like a spiteful church member who got hurt just because they got let go. Now creating a false narrative because they're pissed off and they want to say something about the church.
So not even a church member, church staff member.
I would say, yeah, it's more about. Okay. It's not about if you're having a church. I needed to adjust. Sorry. If you're having a church member sign an NDA, that's weird.
So church staff member has a grievance.
Church. Oh my God. I'm gonna touch my mic.
No, please. I can hear it. That's why I'm wearing these headphones, so I can hear you go.
Church staff member doesn't sign an NDA.
Yeah.
Gets let go. Under no circumstances were they mistreated or
got it.
Or they're just upset that they got let go and they didn't want to be let go.
Got it.
They could create a whole narrative that's false.
Yeah.
And the church have nothing to fight on because there's no NDA.
I get what you're saying.
At the end of the day, right? Like, I think the problem is like this is most topics is we've seen more misuse and abuse than anything.
I mean, but I do want to delve into it. Like, so that's the good part of an NDA.
Yeah.
Some might look at an NDA as a way of non-transparency.
Yep.
Some might look at an NDA like, hey, there's a closed door of things that have happened, right? Yep. And we're going to silence you by having you sign this document or previously having you sign this document.
Yeah.
And we're going to pay you out. You start to get to churches with a decent size, then that crap matters, because if that person does talk, that might hurt your image, good or bad, right?
Yeah.
I think it is a basic business practice though, because arbitration and like that's a real thing. And so what can you sue for? Yeah, you have to ask motives.
This is the last thing I'm going to say about this.
Say something,
Yeah, say something. I'm giving up on you. If you're going to do an NDA where you're going to sign it. Well, let's say this for our audience. If you're going to sign an NDA to work at a church, ask them their motives. Why they're having you sign an NDA. Do they actually have a reason, or does the HR person or the hiring pastor go like, oh, well, we just want to protect our jobs? And it's like, well, let's talk a little bit more about that. So I think you can have good examples of this and bad examples of this.
I agree. Yeah. I think, again, I'm a fan of the NDA because you can't just be going out saying crazy stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Killing the church.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if I did
and then the church has nothing to protect itself.
Yeah. So, even if I'm wrong, like, I'm like, oh, I did something a little crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can we go to my video?
Yeah, let's go to your video. I think I lost it, but I'm going to try to get it again.
Wow. No, you pulled it out of there. Just close all that. Don't. There you go. Yeah. So this isn't Christian at all, but man,
this isn't worship or nonsense. But we're just gonna
this is the best guitar tone I've heard in a while.
So who is this? Explain context.
I have no idea. I was
these
watching.
People are listening. They don't know anything.
So I got in a rabbit hole of guitar videos the other day.
Okay. And
this guy was doing a video on like our pedals, crutches, and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. And he was like, should we go back to the days of Stevie Ray Vaughan just playing out of amps and all that stuff? But he played this, and this is a part of his, like, a band he's a part of. Let's play it. It sounds incredible. Might have to scroll a little later on, but we'll see.
Riveting take. Riveting video from Sam. Wow. So enthused. I'm so engaged.
Wow. Aaron, I didn't know you were such a beat.
That definitely looks like a pedal board in front of him.
No, he is. He's for it, but he was just having a conversation about
it. Diversity Day.
Okay, so skip ahead to like halfway.
There's a place I go.
Okay, got a little soul in it. Yo, the dudes with the little fedora, not fedora, but the hat with the glasses. Those dudes always got a fire voice. Yeah.
So where I'm from,
you already know.
In New York, those are so popular because they're all Italian.
Yeah.
And they look like
yeah. You can tell. That dude can sign.
Looks like that one guy, that big guy, Johnny Sings, or I forget.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, for sure.
Teddy Swims.
Okay.
Dude. It's a 335 with a Fender Brown.
Is that a Barry?
No. He might be tuned to half step. Like, dude, this is a 4-piece band.
The mix is trash, but it sounds good.
Well, it's just the vocals trash. And they recorded in this church room.
I'm gonna let this breathe a little bit. All right. Yo.
Imagine if his vocal was actually produced. There's something really organic, and I usually hate this, but there's something really organic about the room sound of the drums with that guitar.
Yeah, for sure. That piano sounds nice too.
It's a Nord.
Look at them cymbals, baby. Zildjians and customs. Oh, is there more? There's more? The only thing about this mix is it's the room mix, huh?
Yeah, they're like renting out an old church.
How can they didn't mic stuff and produce it?
Because it's called one mic, one take. Which is funny because like there's mics on everything. This guy, I'd never heard of him, and this guitar tone came out, and I was like, oh,
that's nice. I'm a fan.
Nice.
I like it. Dope.
He could play on Beale Street, bro.
In Memphis?
He could, yeah. He's got that
Stop
skill.
it.
What are you talking about, bro?
That's blasphemous.
That is not. I've been to Beale Street.
He's maybe played 3 notes.
You can't.
He has maybe played 3 notes.
And I'm gonna tell you that speaks more. His feeling speaks more than any. Bro, I've been to Beale Street. I saw some bands play in BB King's bar, and they were trash.
Okay. BB just dropped BB King's bar. Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he come on, Memphis.
He has
That's disrespectful.
No, it's not. Just one video.
That is disrespectful.
He might be a shredder, bro. You don't know.
You don't know.
I don't. But I can tell you his feeling is there.
From one song?
Yeah.
Gets promoted to freaking Memphis. If I picked up a
guitar and I went,
stop.
Take
him to Nashville.
Like, that's boring.
You can have some Nashville.
Okay, whatever, bro.
All shake, no season in Nashville. Yeah. You talking about salt and pepper. I don't care. You can
upset me.
We can have the worst audio podcast ever. It's cool.
Actually, we're the #1 worship podcast.
#1 worship podcast in the world. Episodes sometimes. Who knows when this one be out? Today's Thursday. All right. So we got some nonsense. We got some memes that Sam has come up with. This is all Sam. If this isn't funny, this is not my fault.
Aaron has not seen this guy, and I don't know why. He's
Never.
Like super famous for this stuff.
Is he funny?
This is Taylor Ransom.
Is he funny?
He's Christian, but he's not. So
if he's co-signed by Kev on stage, he's funny.
So let me just be clear: he's Christian, but he is not a Christian comedian.
Oh, is he raunchy?
He very much is like. Well, he's not raunchy. He's just he did better than John Christ at saying like, I'm a Christian in my life, but I'm not doing specifically Christian content. But he does. And it's funny. Like he does a prayer warrior Karen. It's funny.
Let's watch it.
Jason Smith, and I'm Chief of Security here at Daddy's House Church. I have a civilian entering the green room area. Yes, stop right there. Sir, are you Justin Bieber? Are you with Justin Bieber's team? Have you donated more than 6 figures to this nonprofit organization in the last 6 months? No? Okay, well, I'm going to need you to go to the coffee shop right down there. Yes. Down there, yes, thank you. I believe that's where you intend to go, the coffee shop down there. Thank you, sir. Thank you for cooperation. All clear? My #1 priority is to make sure that no normal people speak to our senior global pastor under any circumstances, and that none of his crazy distant relatives show up asking for money. I'm receiving unconfirmed reports of a child crying in the 3rd row. Can we get that thing tranquilized before that thing interrupts the service? Thank you. Senior global pastor just told me that he intends to do book signings in the lobby today. We're going to need backup. You're out of volunteers. Call in the National Guard. It's in the budget. Our most recent incident happened during Easter when our senior global pastor insisted that he wanted a live lion in the sanctuary for his sermon illustration. We were able to keep things under control until about the 4th service when the lion decided he wanted to eat the entire front row, including the First Lady. However, we were able to tranquilize it and put it down before it did any serious damage. We also were able to lose the security footage, reducing our legal liabilities by 96%. The only casualty was half of Chris Pratt's left pinky. However, he was able to forgive our senior global pastor, and he's relaxing in the green room with a Snapple as we speak. So all around, great training exercise for the team.
This is gold.
Great day. Hello, my name.
Protect this man at all costs.
Protect
this man. Favorite. Oh my gosh.
This is a beautiful video.
That is hilarious, bro.
Years ago when I applied to this internship, I knew that God had called me to the ministry, and so now I get to spend 5 days a week running this bad boy, this espresso machine.
It's so true.
It's true. Tell you what.
It's so true. That's so sad.
Espresso.
Machine right here. Yeah, this is my ministry. This is it. Am I getting paid for all this?
No.
I get a discount at the merch table, and I get a free lunch once a year. So, yeah. Yep. Heavenly rewards, guys. You got to keep those in mind. Heavenly rewards. You turn graves into gardens and highways. Yeah, I've been applying to the worship team for like 3 years. They stopped replying to my emails. I got no idea why. Yeah, once I couldn't pay rent for 6 months, so I actually slept right here, right in the church cafe lobby. And so, security eventually kicked me out. I told them that I work here. They laughed at me too and then kicked me out anyway. But, we're going to stay faithful. We're going to stay faithful. And I will be content with every circumstance. You are Jireh. You are enough. That's right, Daddy God. Even if I don't get a paycheck, God, you're enough for me. Thank you. Thank you, God. 3 years ago when I...
Oh, that was funny. I think the other one was funnier, but that was funny too.
It was.
That's
and then
hilarious.
there's one more I sent you.
Which one?
It's this freaking kid that I keep seeing play drums. It's in your message.
Oh, you sent it to me. Got it.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Explain more.
Yeah, he popped up on my
Oh, yeah. I've seen this kid.
He's like 9, dude.
And he's like blowing up. He's touring with somebody, right?
No, he just plays at a big church with his dad. Yeah.
He's playing
at like a 3,000 person church.
But he's touring because I think it was like Cody Cart again, not source. Somebody on my feed was like, "Oh, look, there's the kids playing tour of me." I guess he went up on tour. I'll find the story, but yeah, no, I've seen this kid.
This is John Miles Brockman.
It's pretty cool. I mean, you can't knock it.
Pretty incredible. Like he has to basically stand up.
Yeah, literally
to play.
This is dope.
He has a snare sponsor.
He sounds better than most of the drummers that be playing.
I know, right? I mean, I will say these drums are processed, but
that's the problem. So
go to another video.
Hold on, I want to finish this out. But the problem that I had, because I'm a drummer, so I get nitpicky, and I'm like, no, he's good. Like, this is cool. This is super cool.
Well, fundamentally, he's good.
That's
like,
what fundamentals. That's what it is. Like the drum set, it's like it sounds dope because they're making it sound really dope.
To be the age he is and
that's
what's
cool.
feel he has.
That's
cool. Nuts.
And you can't even reach the pedals. Like this,
like...
this. Yeah, look at those cymbals.
Yeah, they're heartbeats.
Gross.
That's the ride I'm going by. 24-inch jazz ride, bro.
Shout out to this kid, man.
They got one where, go to the one where his dad calls for a halftime groove.
Which one is that?
Oh my God.
This one maybe?
So good. No, it's not. So this is unprocessed.
That's how they, yeah.
Ow, it hurts my ears. I mean, most kids don't have timing at that age.
That's what's impressive too. Woo. That kid's tight. Did you send me the one with the halftime?
No.
Okay.
It's just on the page.
Shout out to this kid, man. That's super cool. Hashtag son goals. Like, if you have children, you're like, man.
When your dad calls for a halftime groove?
That's the goal.
His dad's in the middle. He's about to go. You can't be taught that, people. Just gonna let you know.
You got a little finesse on it too, that little feel.
Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo. Let's go. Yeah. That kid's nice. That kid is nice.
All right.
Do you have like a dream of like your kids playing instruments?
Yeah. I mean, my kid has already shown interest. My oldest wants to sing for sure.
Okay.
My son is my youngest. He's shown interest in the drums.
Yay, drummer! What's the like non-cool Christian instrument? Is it the bass?
The non-cool instrument?
Yeah, where you're like, dang, my kid plays this. Dang, that sucks. What is it? Be honest.
To be honest, it's the acoustic worship leader.
I feel like
I don't want my child to be that.
I feel like if you lead worship, you have to do two basic things. You have to know how to play block chord piano, and you need to know how to play G, D,
fine.
And maybe C formation on the guitar.
That's fine. I just don't want that kid who doesn't know anything besides
why
G, C, E minor, D.
Why?
If you're gonna learn an instrument, learn it all the way.
You think so?
Yeah.
What's your favorite instrument?
That's one of the things I would say, like, what is one of my regrets. Like, even though
Really?
it's benefited me in the fact that I wanted to be in leadership,
Yeah.
I wanted to be like all out proficient piano player. And
Okay.
if I
Do you
could have done that, I think I could have been.
You don't think you are?
I'm proficient. I'm not that proficient.
I think you're pretty
Like,
proficient.
I can't play all things
I think
on
you.
the piano.
I think you can.
Like, ask me to play in B flat, it's gonna take me a day.
I think you can. I definitely think you can. All right, I got some
And
more memes.
if my son ever plays a Taylor, he's kicked out of my house.
We're gonna talk about that in a second. I got some more memes. Thoughts on these really quick, rapid fire. What do you think?
Oh God, what is
So
this?
much entitlement that's crept into the worship world. So much entitlement because we think his presence has something to do with us, or we think the crowds in the stadiums have come to hear us.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's what made Lucifer fall. He was doing the worship thing.
Right.
Sure.
We cannot do arrogance. Like, Jesus is meek and humble and lowly. He showed us how, you know, like, and I think we need help. We need people who like I know you all are that way. Like, we need relationships where.
What do you think about that?
Hella true.
Yeah, give me an example.
You want an example
Mm-hmm.
of entitlement?
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you see out in the culture? What's happening? Why do you think she said that?
Well,
Okay, moving
so
on.
let's say, let's say this, right? So think about this in reality. We just talked about a Christian conference
Yep.
that everybody goes to. Think about this. You have worship leaders. You have worship leaders who decide.
Sounds a little weird, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
I'm not sorry. I've been
You look like Cody Carnes.
I was
struggling on
trolling
the
you. No,
stage.
but did you hear how it sounded? That's what you do, bro.
Oh no, you had like a fuzz going on.
I know, but that's what you do.
Oh, I don't care about the movement.
right, so
So
go
you
ahead.
have worship leaders who decide, I'm cool enough that I'll go on tour. I mean, and then from there, you got fans. That's great. But at the end of the day, like,
Yo, it's funny when you shoot because you shoot straight, bro. you shot the bullet and went wee.
what?
You try to get at somebody, but you.
Listen, I think she's specifically talking to a certain culture
Yeah.
of churches that they have worship leaders who are so anointed and so prophetic and
Yeah.
so cool. And that specifically, you got to remember her context, right?
Yeah.
So that's her context. Like, even the church she's a part of in Nashville
Sure.
is like that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you have to watch out for leaders who say, like, I can somehow conjure up the spirit of God if I do this one
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
if I sing this way. And then they'll tell people, like, oh, you don't have the oil.
Yeah.
You don't have the anointing. And that's really the culture she's speaking to, because it's
Yeah.
an entitlement that says, God's given me a gift. I'm so amazing. And you think you're amazing. Well, no, God is amazing because he gave you the gift. And thankfully, he doesn't smite you.
Do you think that people just don't know that? Do you think that they're practicing like
No, after
or is that cultural? Is how does
it's
one
cultural.
Okay.
It's
How's that
cultural.
reinforced?
When someone calls you the anointed one 20 times, you're like, oh, I am anointed. And then when your theology never gets wrecked and you're never taught that Jesus was the anointed one and not you, and you think you're all that in a bag of chips and you're at Jesus level, then yeah, you're gonna have entitlement in your heart.
How can someone fix that? If they have that, they're struggling with it, they have a realization. What steps can worship leaders take to fix that?
It's real simple, guys.
Is it? Tell us.
Go back to Jesus and repent.
Okay.
Repentance, be humbled by God and people, and most of all, have a mentor in your life.
Okay.
Have somebody in your life that calls you out. Are we listening to
Not yet. Okay. I have a couple more things before we get to our music. We're going to end the show with music like we always do.
I have a
couple-
song.
Do you really?
You never asked me.
Oh,
anymore.
I would
You're
hope
just like-
that I would.
I come with a song, and I'm like, this is the second time, guys. Go watch the last episode. He was like, well, listen to my song first. And I have a song.
Let's listen to what song is it, buddy?
It's The Joy by Belong & Co.
Okay, we'll pull it up. Okay, I have that right there. Boom, there you go.
I want to watch the video.
Let's watch the video. So really quick, I want to know.
In an all-white church. Diversity Day? Is that what you say? God, help us. You can be quiet all you want. I have no problem talking.
I just wanted to hear some more church stories from you.
You want to hear more church stories from me?
Because 2 weeks ago, we just did me.
You want to hear church stories from me?
So I need to hear some fails. Not some fails, but some funny stories from you. Real quick, let's give a pause so we can clip it so we don't have your snot in it.
There you go.
The funny thing is if you were I know you're sick. I feel bad for you. But you normally do that. So it's not like it's any different.
No, I normally do it.
Your bodily functions are a part of our podcast.
That's totally,
I just embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have a featured guest every time. Bodily.
You know, you would never do that if we have a guest. Get a guest in here.
No, I'm saying it should be in the title.
Yo.
My guest
guys.
is my bodily fluid. Okay. You missed it.
Oh, I got it.
No, it's
that was good. That was a good one. Yo, check this out. So when we do a podcast with a guest, Sam turns on his preacher mode. Sam activates his preacher mode.
That is so not true.
It is. And the preacher mode is like this different level of Sam. I love it.
What are you talking about?
The preacher mode. You activate it.
What are you talking about?
You activate it. You're like, it's just this confidence that you have that it's like radiant, and it's a level that you get to. It's like the cheat code, and it's like Super Sam.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I said when we have a guest, you activate the preacher mode.
Preacher mode?
It's the preacher mode. You have a preacher mode.
I don't.
You do, because you're a preacher on stage. You have sermons. There's a different mode that you enact. It's not just Aaron and Sam hanging out. It's a different level, and it's dope. Giving you your flowers, bro.
Listen.
And I'm trying to clown you. You're getting insecure. I don't know why. I'm giving you your flowers.
What am I insecure about?
I don't know. Accept
you
my love.
Fight? You want to duke it out, dude? Because number one, I'm not insecure about anything happening right now. Number two,
I shouldn't use that word. I'm sorry.
Preacher mode. If you're just talking about stage presence and just like likability, yeah, I can up it.
That's exactly.
But you made it sound like I had a different personality.
I didn't.
You did.
You took it that way.
Sam had a preacher mode.
I was trying to be funny.
And I was sick.
Why? What is the response? What is this?
Guys, I'm on drugs.
Hey, no. Sam gets into a whole different level.
It's called
One day he will bring that here. He has before.
If you want me to preach a sermon here.
The last two podcasts, I mean, he hasn't really gotten that, but go back to a couple episodes ago. He speaks with authority, and I'll tell you, that is not okay. This episode.
When somebody comes against truth, I'm pretty heavy on it.
Yeah, he is.
And I'll give you a fail. This was more of a fail on the leader I served than anything.
Do you want to share that?
Yeah, dude. This was like 7 years ago.
Still, statute of limitations isn't.
No, I don't care. So I was
no names.
I was 19. I was a lay worship leader. I was at a church where the executive pastor was also the worship pastor, so he had too much to handle, and so he appointed me the worship leader essentially, and I was so eager to take it because I was so young and naive. Well, one Sunday, talking about an entitlement, we had a middle-aged woman on our team who, this feels like Call of Duty, I love it. We had a middle-aged woman on our team who thought she was all that, and she was actually really bad. She was flat. She was high and pitchy and screaming. And, you had people like my wife and I who just, we hit a home run every time.
You're perfect?
We're not perfect, but we hit home runs. And so, anywho, this Sunday, again, I'm 19. I'm not the official leader. I'm just like, everybody knows that I just do it a lot. And I'm leading that Sunday. And the girl is leading like 2 songs. And I look at her and I say, well, no, sorry, I didn't look at her. I looked at my girlfriend at the time, Jamie. Oh, she wasn't my girlfriend. This story's getting off the rails with details.
I couldn't even do the intensities. It didn't fit.
Anywho, I look at Jamie at the time. We weren't dating, and I said, "This girl's late, and I'm pissed off." Well, she was always late, and I called the worship leader, the worship pastor, executive pastor, and I said, "Hey, what are you gonna do?" He was like, "Well, what are you gonna do?" Well, I did it. As a 19-year-old, I went up to a middle-aged woman, and I said, "You can't be on team today." Why did a 30-some-year-old pastor allow a 19-year-old to kick off a middle-aged woman off the team? That shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't have happened. Why did I have to bear that burden? But now I have to hear after service her in a prayer closet with somebody going, "They're just coming against your gifting. They're just coming against your anointing. They're just coming against the dead. This is an attack of the devil." Nah, fam, just show up on time.
That's hilarious.
Just care about what you're doing.
So she was that bad?
She was that bad.
How old were you again?
I was 19.
Did you have a culture that enabled a 19-year-old to call out a 35-year-old?
No, we didn't.
So isn't that on you?
And she was shocked. No, it's not on me because I said, "Hey, man, I don't think she should be on team today." And he goes, "Do what you think you should do."
Yeah, but
I was like, "Well, here's what a good leader should do at 19. Hey, you're here at 8:30. Service starts at 9. Practice was at 8. Go sit down."
Shouldn't he have done that?
Exactly. He was at the church. Go freaking do your job.
Oh, that's awesome. I love
I
that
got
story.
a lot of those.
Yeah, come on, keep going.
No,
Give me 2 more.
no, I'm getting a little triggered.
Get 2 more.
Tell.
Come on, come on. This is what we need.
I'm a little triggered.
Hey, yeah, let's just not share all the great stories. Yeah, let's just suppress them. Go ahead, keep going.
No.
Give me some more stories. I gave 3. You're at 1. All right, what's another story?
One time I was. This isn't a fail though. This is why I struggle.
Jeez. Just in, y'all. Sam doesn't fail.
No,
he
I
had
do. I
0
just
fail
I
stories.
struggle to
He doesn't have a
remember
lot of
fails.
them. He just is perfect in all of his ways. So let's continue new music. Great. I mean, we're interviewing Grammy artists and dudes that got BMI awards, and they got tons of fails. And Sam's, I just can't remember.
No,
any.
I shared.
I just can't recall what some of my fails are.
Technically, I can share. I was thinking of the one fail, but I shared that on the interview with. Okay.
All right, Sam, do you have any more stories, buddy?
Yeah. So leading worship, 1920 again. You know, this was the prime of my worship leading. I was leading worship 3 times a month.
This guy.
And then I was playing piano 1 time a month.
And you're fixing your mic once a month.
Once a second, you know.
Because
you guys want to hear this?
It's changed.
It's changed.
It's moved so much.
It's moved. The ghosts keep moving it. So anyway, I'm playing worship. At this time, I was courting my wife. We weren't dating yet, but I was wanting to impress her. And at that time,
you said courting.
I was courting. And what was really impressive?
What are we in the 1960s?
Yep. What was really impressive at that time was we had these skinny jeans. This was early, 2011, 2012. I don't remember. But you had those like...
You were like in high school, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is more like 2015 because I graduated high school. And you had those like skinny jeans that were like more like joggers. And they had the lines and the ribs on them. Anywho, so I bought like 3 pairs of those.
Yeah.
And I had an olive green pair that I really liked. And I was just waiting to pull this out. I had my black button down.
Ooh.
And I had my newer guitar.
Martin or a Taylor?
At that time, it was a Taylor. Okay. God forbid I ever did
Fancy.
that. No, it's awful.
Sound like you had money back then. Go ahead.
I was in debt. Still am. So anywho. I'm starting to lead the worship set. We had 3 songs. We had 40 minutes. That's a whole nother discussion why we have 3 songs for 40 minutes. Welcome in this place, God. Welcome in this place.
Daddy God.
We get about 10 minutes in and I went to like pick up my pick and I ripped my front to back, full frontal. I didn't know at the time. so my Taylor was a 614. It was a grand orchestra, so I had this big booty on it, and it was covering my crotch. But I was like, I definitely think I feel a breeze.
Did you have briefs or boxers?
I had boxer briefs.
Cool, even better. They're long.
Yeah, long
and support.
and
some support. So you weren't showing much.
So, but
support.
I play the whole rest of the set with my pants ripped, like going full blown.
You had some non-tan legs,
yeah.
some non-tan
so
hams.
You could see it, and it got worse over time. And we got off, and Jamie looked at me, and she's like, "Oh my God!" She's like, "We have another service to do." And I was like, yeah. So I went down to the clothing closet.
Yep. Shout out Church Clothing Closets.
Church Clothing Closet.
Yep.
And the only thing that I could find of likeness was a woman's pair of olive pants that I had to squeeze into.
Ooh, yeah.
And I wore them the rest of the set, and I could hardly breathe.
That's hilarious.
So yeah,
church
that's one of my
stories.
fails.
Church stories. I'm gonna come up. One of my biggest tasks for the next month.
Oh, I have another fail. See, I
come
gotta
up
think of
real
them.
quick. One of my biggest tasks is to come up with drops for our different segments.
Like audio drops.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
like church stories.
I'm gonna give you one more fail. This is a quicker one.
Yeah.
At the time,
As you move all your mics.
yeah, at
go
the
ahead.
time, I played.
Oh, we
3
got excited.
keyboards.
Hold on.
I played 3 keyboards.
Let me get the little let's say Sam's energy. He's sick.
I got
So the energy just go. Let's go.
No,
All
I
right,
just
go
like
ahead,
this
dog.
one. This was funny. I had gotten the church to finally buy me a Nord. We had like a Yamaha motif for a while.
What year is this?
And this is
Current.
same time.
Okay, same time.
It's like
Same-
2015, 2016.
Back in the day.
This is like when he had me playing with Marvin Sapp and all that.
Ooh.
So I'm playing. I got a Nord finally. I had my own like Axiom 49.
Ooh, yeah.
And then I had this like little Axiom 61, and then I had like a 32 key
Okay.
on the side.
Okay.
Well, attached to my 32 key was a double keyboard rig
Okay.
with my Mac. So Nord, double key rig, synth, key. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Mid freaking service, bro.
Oh no.
It's the classic. Mid service. I go to trigger my drone pad. That stuff crashed.
Was it like the thunk? Did it make a
No,
noise?
It was
Or just
my Mac. So here's the thing, dude. At this time, I had no backup. All of it came from my computer.
boy.
And so we're in the middle. Like, this is post preaching. I'm playing the pad and piano behind the preacher.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start the end set.
Gosh.
And so I'm literally like, I look at the guitar player and I'm like, and I start picking up all this crap and having to reattach a USB hub and a Scarlett. That was awful. I remember that day.
Sucks. That sucks.
See, I just gotta they
you just
come
gotta get into
they
it.
come
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. All right. If you have church fails,
Hey, I heard
make
this.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flop these real quick because I want to give more love to yours. If you have church fails, make sure to just submit them to us in the comments. DM us.
Oh, we
get in
got
touch
some,
with us.
we got something to talk about.
What can we do next time?
Yeah, next pod.
Get a little tease.
DeBolt release another video with audio. Staff meetings. He released like an 18-minute video
No.
of staff meetings.
Do we have an emergency pod next Monday
I don't know.
or Tuesday?
But this is
Yo,
going down.
all right, we're gonna go down, break it down.
He clearly is.
Have
like-
you listened to it?
Yes.
I'm not gonna listen to it then. Should I listen to it?
I think you should to have a well-rounded.
Okay, I'll listen to it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll listen to it and then we'll give our take. All right, so I listened to a song for the last few weeks. I love it. This is my version of Christian Cheat Codes. The vocalist is Olivia Redding Hayden, and it's called "Remember Love" from Radiant Music. This song, Christian Cheat Codes. When I think about how I would produce,
cheat codes.
I know people got mad at that. How I would produce a song. This is my style. This is my flavor. This is like the stuff that I love. So let it breathe for a little bit.
Crimson street, stained by blood. Your misery, driven by love. A healing place where suffering.
Listen to it. I want your opinion.
ends.
voice is nice.
collide.
She goes this falsetto. It's crazy.
On sacred ground, you took the cup to justify all crucified in intercessory love. You died.
Finally, the chorus.
Now listen to this bridge real quick.
Did they go anywhere?
Kind of. Listen to these lyrics, bro. This is crazy.
Body broken, your blood poured out.
Sing this in your church. Sing this.
I remember.
Listen to these words, bro.
And the earth did shake, and heaven mourned, and the angels wept at the burden born, and the cosmos paused to witness your death. And my heart will praise, I will not forget.
Loop it.
They
Loop
could've
it.
done that better. That last line, they had some great lyrics, and then that last line, I will not forget.
Come on. They build that up. Sing that song at your church.
If I'm honest, it took a while to get anywhere.
But that's the beauty of it. The production is the beauty of it because it's so simple. Like these churches out here trying to go crazy, it's so simple. All right, we got one last one, then we're riding out to.
Melody was long, the lyrics were long. All right,
Another fast song for your church.
so listen. I'm not a huge fan, but they crushed it.
They crushed this. I was listening
This
to this.
melody
and
was great.
like this is really good fast song for a church.
Yeah.
If you need one.
This is the day you made, so I'll rejoice and be glad, rejoice and be glad in it.
That his voice.
This is where I believe that you are more than enough for me. You are faithful to your promise. You
No
are
pre-chorus.
strong when I am weak. When I'm standing in your presence, I have everything I need.
Chorus, 2,
Come on, we
3,
sing.
4.
The joy of the Lord is my strength. It's more than a feeling. The joy of the Lord is my. That's right, church, that's right. Oh, my soul, bless his name. All that is within me, say, the joy of the Lord is my strength.
All right, Sam. You got anything to say to people as we ride out?
Go get therapy.
Go get. That's it.
Go get therapy and
Everybody-
get some vitamin D. Don't get sick.
Everybody wish Sam a happy recovery. Hopefully, I don't get sick staying in the same room as him, but you know,
Nah, you're fine.
you know how that
I'm like
goes.
5 days out.
All right, we're riding out. See y'all on the next one. Peace. It always does